Can you take us back to the beginning? Why Felix? How did you get into wood and timber?
I joined my father's business, and he trades in silk. And while I was with him, I thought I wasn't contributing enough to whatever he was doing, and that always, I want to do something else where I would find uh, a value कि मैं validation कर रहा हूँ, कुछ भी काम कर रहा हूँ. So I'm able to, uh, first venture into travel, then electronic waste, and that took me to Africa. I was in Ghana, Ivory Coast, and while not liking what I was doing there, we started sourcing timber, and वहाँ से जब first consignment that came here, was able to sell it at a good profit, and then that cycle kept going on. While being there, I was looking for commodities which I could bring from there and then trade with them here in India. So there were not a lot of options. Like there was cashew, there was gold, and there were timbers. And somehow I had a little bit, like I knew about it. I had no clue about cashew or gold. And so just took a chance, just started looking for suppliers, started looking at things, started learning about teakwood, got on LinkedIn and started looking at people who were trading already, started taking advice from people who were open, just sent a lot of messages. I remember this one guy from Churu in Rajasthan, and he was very open towards, he taught me how to take measurements, what all costs I will have to incur while purchasing from Africa, because that's another economy altogether. Here it's like, you sell in other measurements, there it's something else. And so people were open. When I was looking for help, there were people who came out to help me.
So you spoke about reaching out to people on LinkedIn. How important do you think, building a network in this industry is, like, and finding people who actually, like show you a little way, they help you somewhere. कि ठीक है, like we have someone.
I think when you're honest, mostly people are going to help you, and you're going to have to always keep reaching out. You never know, people will help mostly. Like, if they have time, obviously, you have to be very respectful of everybody's time, and you have to, come across as not being selfish, really. But you're really selfish at that time. But yeah, open to learning. And mostly when people will see that, you're trying to do something, and yeah, they'll be supportive. That's what I've always felt. I don't know. Yeah. I've never really had a lot of people who were not willing to help. Even while trading in timber, initially this Saurabh Garg in Gandhidham, I think he's taught me so much about wood. He's taught me so much about wood, about business, as a matter of fact. I don't know why he so welcoming. We did a lot of business together, obviously. That's probably why he was able to give me his time. If I didn't work with him, we didn't trade really, he wouldn't be so open to it. But yeah, you find your people.
He said, like, you have to be respectful of time, but like in terms of channels, like LinkedIn is important, but at the same time, exhibitions are also very important.
Yeah.
I was coming to that, yes.
Exhibitions are super. You have to keep researching, like what kind of exhibitions are happening in the field of your interest. Like for us, it's furniture, so we look out for design ID and stuff like that. Just get out of your way, like travel to maybe Bangalore, Mumbai, if the exhibition is happening there. Take out your time. You will find a lot of people in exhibitions for sure. Then there is Upwork. LinkedIn is obviously there. All these channels are very helpful.
Upwork was really good for us.
Upwork has been super helpful for us. Like there are certain things that there's no formal education for those kind of requirements in India. But like if you have a knack for it, like I wanted to get a certain kind of a drawing made for a furniture, but I was not able to find a right guy for it. I searched it on Upwork, and I found a guy somewhere in Europe. I paid him his fee, and I got the drawing made. I learned so much from it. It was a one-time interaction, but we learned a lot from it.
Upwork is great. Yeah, very particular things that you want, and you can just look for it. Yeah.
So Furniture Studio came later, right? You were in wood and timber trading. How was it like working in that space and, now in the furniture space? Like the distinction, the differentiation between the two
I think now this industry is moving towards finished goods. That's for sure. People are less willing to buy raw materials, have them made at site, get vendors who will finish them on site with their limited machinery and sometimes not enough knowledge about materials as well. Everybody wants that they're able to get like finished product which is guaranteed to have the best quality that they can be sure of when they are putting their money into it, when they're placing the order. So this is where it's moving, and not like we knew about it. We started with resin tables.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. When we got carpenters and when we learned how they were so good at making sofas, for example, or beds, for example, and that's what people really need. And the team that we got together is, they actually showed us the way. And
Which is, yeah.
so we didn't really know we were going to get into making so many beds and so many sofas. But yeah, we kept on working every day and kept up learning.
Yeah. So the transition was mainly, I mean, it started with resin tables, and then your employees, your team, they showed you the way through wood, right? Like different kinds of woods.
All of the customers who came in and they like, can you make us a bed? Can you make us a table? And like, okay, we never said no to any work initially, and I think now we sometimes do, but initially we were just doing anything and everything.
So what was that like? Like initially when you started the furniture thing, furniture studio, your first initial projects and clients, like वो कैसे हुआ कि पहला आपको client कैसे मिला?
Friends and family.
Yeah. ठीक है. And then word of mouth.
As Himanshu said, that we started a journey, from timber and then ventured into furniture, and friends and family, they gave us a few orders. They saw us in the workshop, trying to figure things out, trying to make one table at a time. We hardly knew how to make a table, and we are just making one table. A friend comes in and they're like, you're doing a good job. Will you make this thing for me? We were so eager to make anything at that time that we put in whatever hours required, whatever effort required to get that thing done. So if you put so much of effort, into it, and that things comes out nice, so energy automatically flows. And that's how we got it, like maybe from first order to the second order. Then this journey is all about like customers teaching us and us owning our mistakes. That okay, sometimes we'll go wrong, but then we own it, we'll correct it, and then we'll do it all over again. So for initial few days, years, months were just like that, trying. Sometimes things came out well.
Yeah, sometimes not.
They treated us and gave us more orders. We worked on them. We did sometimes we did good job. Then that's great. But mostly it was not always, good days. Sometimes you make some mistakes.
Of course.
And then customers were like, you can do better here. We own up to that. We agree that we'll do wrong job, but we'll go again and try and figure out how we can do the best way possible. So that's how it was, and that's what led us to, growing one day at a time.
Just keeping on, keep going, keep flowing. Great. So you said mistakes. Let's rewind to that. Any examples or some stories if you have of the mistakes you made or the learnings that you had from the mistakes you made back then?
So it could be as simple as anything. Like, we make a table and like 2 days later, it makes a clicking sound. Up now. So my carpenter tells me that, just we need to put in, let's say, just these number of screws and this should work out fine. Few days later, a naughty kid in the house starts playing with the table and it starts making sound. In my workshop, I was sure that, I just need to keep a cup of tea and it would be fine. But then you have to take into account that table has to go through a lot of things. So it was a small mistake that we just did not screw it properly and it makes a clicking sound.
I mean, कोई बैठ भी जाता है table पे.
Just servicing this one ashwood table that we made, and you're limited to the kind of supply that you're gonna get, and that it's going to be seasoned wood, and we understand it has to be this moisture content and everything, and we followed everything. I think we serviced that table because the joints would just open, and it was one of the first tables that we made, and I think in 4 years we fixed it like 3 times, and now we just gave them a new table. So we also
You don't want to fix it again. Yeah.
and it's happened to a few wooden tables actually, and we checked it thoroughly. Everything was okay, but yeah, I think we still make mistakes every day because it's all every product is like particular. Every sofa is different. So we make mistakes and we're able to put that project aside and make a new one. So yeah.
How do your employees, like the craftsmen who make, those sofas, tables, how do they take the mistake वाला criticism कि भैया आपने ये थोड़ा सा ये और ठीक होगा, इसमें और स्क्रू लगेंगे, इसमें से आवाज आ रही है. How do they, take that?
With carpenters is as an owner आपको ही patience रखना पड़ेगा because see they are the artist. उनको नखरे allowed हैं. They are allowed to have all the attitude they want to have because at the end of the day their craftsmanship will make things happen.
Yeah.
So it's all about patience.
The job here is to give them the best working environment so that they can kind of be comfortable and be in their zones of doing this craft needs a lot of patience. It is from raw wood to making structures that itself goes through a lot of like 3 machines में से आता है. पहले बेंच सॉ में से जाएगा, प्लेनर में से जाएगा, फिर उसमें सैंडिंग करेंगे, फिर उसकी जॉइंटरी करेंगे. तो ये it takes a lot of time, every project, and you have to just give them the best environment for them to kind of make good stuff. Yeah.
So we know that it was a very hands-on experience for you guys, right? कि कोई आपकी formal training या फिर furniture education, furniture design education नहीं थी. But do you think like a diploma in furniture design or some sort of education in this is important or is crucial for, say, someone like me if I want to start, like a furniture studio or I want to build furniture?
If you're sure that you want to make furniture, because we didn't know we were going to make furniture.
It was a pivot, yeah.
If you want to make furniture, definitely if you work at a production facility, you learn about the materials, you learn from somebody who's doing it. It will help you a lot in getting the best work from the team that you're going to make anyway. You have to have good attitude, work ethics, all of those things you need anyway, whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
But अगर आपको furniture में जाना है तो learn how to read drawings, right? If you don't know how to read drawings, which we learned like table बनाने के बाद हमने सीखा कि drawing कैसे पढ़नी है.
Right.
So that will really help you anyway. You'll make connections, you'll meet vendors. Not everything you're going to do in-house. Not like जब आप start करोगे तो आपके पास हर चीज की टीम नहीं होगी. But then you will learn कि okay ये वाला काम है यहाँ
करके आपको पता चलेगा, right? कि
like you'll save a lot of time
if you don't study.
if you study.
If you study, then you'll save a lot.
Find ठेकेदार like how they एक कि उसके पास कारपेंटर्स हैं बहुत अच्छे और वो आपके पास आके काम करने लग गया. बट अगर आपको नहीं पता काम कैसे कराना है, क्या कराना है, then they will eventually start making things that they are comfortable making. They will not take
even in terms of techniques, right? I mean, जो उनके लिए easy होगा वो फिर
जैसे उनका हाथ चलता है. तो I think we've been lucky with our team that they've been patient with us also, right? Sometimes I'm sure we told them something like ये मतलब ऐसे नहीं होना चाहिए, ऐसे होना चाहिए, and we didn't understand that, and maybe it was our mistake that didn't come out to be how it should have. So keeping luck aside, which is like really important, obviously, तो पढ़ाई तो थोड़ा सा experience, can find a good mentor. We have a very good mentor actually. Yeah.
I'd love to hear about him, her, yes.
Harjot sir. Yeah, so he's a hobbyist.
Okay.
He's got his own workshop. उनके पास lathe machine है, उनके पास planer है. तो yeah, he's making like anything and everything, like small miniature stuff.
From wood?
From wood. So yeah, that's our call to help. कि ये कैसे करना है. So because we have that advice, we're able to enforce it. If we didn't have that advice, probably we'd be following what these guys would, like directors do, जो आज भी करते हैं.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल वो बिल्कुल अनबायस्ड ओपिनियन आना है वहां से.
हाँ, और वो तो बोलेंगे लकड़ी पकड़ो और रंदा लगा के दिखाओ, and you know how this should be. So yeah, we're really lucky actually there where we have that kind of like a figure who's able to show us the way where we get started.
How did you meet Harjot sir?
Yeah, he's also a gym instructor. He's like a workout instructor.
Okay.
and it's not like commercial gym, but it's like a yeah.
Like I thought कि आपने LinkedIn पे या फिर इधर उधर connect किया होगा or you met him at an exhibition or something.
I used to work out there. Now both of us go there every day, and वो फिर हाँ उनसे अब apart from workout, we're mostly also discussing stuff about woodworking. So where we get stuck, we get confidence, we get advice, and we're able to move on from there.
No, that's great. Gym में भी
हाँ यही चल रहा है. वहाँ पे वर्कशॉप है हमारे जिम में एक वुडवर्किंग वर्कशॉप है.
really?
Yeah,
He has all the tools, all the equipment.
everything.
That's his gym.
That's it.
Oh, and wow, that's very interesting, honestly. कि वहीं पे there's a
Yes.
And we हाँ मतलब where he's like very particular about वो जैसे कोई लकड़ी में प्ले वो रंधा लगा के देना है. कह रहे इसमें 2 mm जाना चाहिए था, मतलब 3 mm क्यों गया? So why is it that wastage? And we have to work under that pressure. कि यार ये तो मेरे को नहीं पता, वो मशीन में कोई दिक्कत होएगी या फिर कारपेंटर ऐसा कर रहे हैं. अब कहते नहीं, तो you have to take care of this, right? There shouldn't be wastage like this. So why are you बुरादा कैसे बन गया?
even an mm. Yeah.
वो खुद करते हैं ना, तो उनको पता है कि यार इतना mm होना चाहिए. हमें क्या पता, हम तो पता नहीं आधा इंच उड़ा देते हैं उसमें.
Because you don't know, right?
We're working with our hands, right?
Since furniture industry is a very creative industry, right? Like you need passion to survive in this industry, I feel. How do you draw, that inspiration, that creative inspiration? Where do you draw it from?
See, like for most people, I guess the best starting point is these days Pinterest, Instagram. But what is more important is that you should know what kind of language that you want to follow, what kind of people you want to follow. Like for me, like on my Instagram page, it's full of people who are into interiors, furniture, and I especially search for things like if there's a new hotel opening in Dubai or upcoming cities in Tokyo, Osaka, because they will bring with them a different design language. Otherwise, what I see around on my page will be very geographically restricted. Like everybody's seeing that content, but I have to go out and search for that content so that filters it and then shows me that kind of content. So I believe Instagram is the most helpful thing, but you have to have an eye that follow people across the globe, have a different knack that this kind of thing is working in Japan right now, or maybe that language is working in the US. So that gives you a good inspiration and a different eye as well.
Do you also try to, like, as you said, you need an eye, do you try to blend like the Indian craftsmanship with that? I mean, thoda sa Indian designs, maybe a bit traditional, conventional with those modern designs.
100%. See, you have to do that because the kind of places where you're putting your furniture, they are already using those Indian accents, right? Or like they would have a certain design language. So if I have seen something online that looks good, that might not, if I use that as it is, it might not work in their space. So like you have to use your creativity and use that inspiration, modify it or edit it, give it your small detailing,
Some tweaks.
make it work for the space that you're designing it for.
I would like to know about your most favorite projects you worked so far. Maybe 1, 2. Maybe in terms of designing, ki theek hai, it gave you a creative breakthrough, ya fir kuch aur. I mean, but a memorable project that you guys had.
Most memorable to should be Ankit Bhaiya because it was the initial one, no?
For sure. Yeah, the first one.
The first one? Can we know about that? Can I know about that?
So, see, when we started our furniture thing, it was mainly with the live edge woods and resin table, as Himanshu mentioned earlier. And when we did that, like Himanshu, like it has to have a backstory to get us back to this answer. So basically, like when I was in Canada, Himanshu was giving me guidance. Okay, we can venture into furniture thing and let's go about it. So I met this person in Canada who was making live edge furniture and resin tables. His name was Paul and his Instagram page was Legacy Lumber, right? So I used to visit him on weekends, learn about furniture and everything. And from that guy, we sourced very exotic types of wood. So when we started a workshop here, few years back, we had this all types of exotic live edge pieces of wood with which we can make tables and everything. But to make people understand that language here was very difficult. So there was this friend of Himanshu's. He visited a workshop and he saw his vision in that particular pieces, which we never could. Like for me, I was like, I don't know how we will use these pieces, no? but he had an idea. So we
Yeah.
visited his house and we set up some tables, some TV consoles with that furniture in that house. It was a great learning experience. Things came out very well, and still, I guess that is one of the best content for us on our Instagram
Yeah.
page. And that was a massive learning experience and very memorable.
It's a simple coffee table. It's shaped like a guitar, but it's a walnut slab.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing. He just, okay. And he wanted everything very basic. इसको polish नहीं करना है. Yeah, so very, very basic
All his
stuff.
requirements when it hit us for the first time, like, I don't know what he wants. Like, how is it going to come out? He doesn't want to polish the table. Like, why have I set up my polish department? And we had just started this furniture project.
Yeah.
So all those requirements were very unconventional, but all those things, that's what teach you the most, and that's why I guess it was the most memorable, because it was very unconventional.
Yeah.
And it gave us a great platform to start learning from that. Okay, do not think that anything is given. Everything could be different, and you have to just work on it and then see how it goes.
I mean, it sort of gave you a push as well, right? That, oh, like, इसको यही पसंद आ गया तो लोगों को भी आ सकता है पसंद, so like, why not?
Yeah, there's probably no one else who's ever been able to, come up with such a requirement, or very sure about what they want, which is also very unorthodox in their designs.
But you do create pieces yourself as well, right? I mean,
Client's requirement does give us the basic form and shape of what do they want, and around that we do get certain space that we can do certain things drawn from it or based on it. Our intention is just to make it,
Every once in a
opportunities
while,
like
we
that.
do get these opportunities. We did this showroom, this doors and windows showroom in Bangalore, where these guys, they were kind of okay with what we wanted to do, because it kind of became a showroom space for us as well, because they're selling doors and windows, right?
Yeah.
And there we made this wall panel for their mandir, and we made their conference, everything, conference table and lounge chairs, waiting area, reception area. And we had like complete liberty and freedom to what we wanted to do. And that is also something, like every once in a while, people do give us that chance.
Yep. Those are always the best projects, because otherwise it's like
ना तो देख के ही बना रहे हो, right? Like, it's not something that you're doing.
it's a bed. The form and shape is the same. We are making it every day, but every once in a while we get certain projects where we have our space to figure things out. Give it our own twist. Then those projects give us conversations also, right? Like, we'll sit and talk about it, that okay, we want to do this or that. Otherwise it's a bed. What will we talk about?
I think that expands your creativity as well, right? Like, when you're talking about it and then you're actually doing it, अच्छा इसमें next time हम ये भी कर सकते हैं, ये भी कर सकते हैं.
Yep. And when we do that, it comes out well. It's always like, it's very nice.
So, since we're talking about creative process, creative inspiration, but it's also a business. So, how do you sort of balance, that artistic creative side, but also the practical side of running a business?
I guess for us, we have been very lucky that we are located in such a great place where a lot of construction is happening and a lot of good people are coming up to us with very great projects. So these great projects are giving us a lot of freedom when it comes to a creative side of working of things.
Okay.
So when you talk about being practical, it's, you're required to be more practical, where you're kind of limited by the budget that you have to make certain things, because we are working in a market where people want the best. So they're also ready to pay that that amount that the product deserves. Comparing this, like if you're comparing apple to apple, we are able to give fair value to what we make, and we also have freedom still, that we are able to use the best materials. The labor, the carpenters, the polish people, the upholstery people that work for us, they're well paid because they know their
craft.
Yeah, they know their craft. So if we were maybe catering to a more, this is also a very competitive, marketplace, where although it's premium, but there are other people who are making these things, right? But if you're going to a maybe more, how should we call it?
Like a mass market.
Yeah, mass market product, that it's even like the competition is much higher. And also that's where you have to, materials may you have to be very thoughtful about, every inch and every cubic feet it matters. Here with us, we can kind of take liberty with because we're using the best stuff usually.
For us, it's important. Costing becomes less of a concern,
Yeah.
but like we have to make sure that product comes out right,
Yeah.
because of the people that we are catering to, they just want a good product, and then the price is secondary because we are catering to that kind of a market. So that does make a job a bit easier
Yeah. And interesting. And
and interesting. Otherwise, it would be like,
Since everyone, we see around us that they're importing furniture, they're importing it themselves or they're buying imported furniture. But here you're making it yourself, right? Like you have craftsmen here and you're actually building furniture yourself. So how do you sort of ensure that, I come to you and I do not go to those guys to buy my furniture?
while you're making your home, you're giving it your best shot anyway. And you have consultants all around you. And most of the time, you're doing what they are telling you,
The consultants.
the consultants. And in that case, obviously, there's word of mouth, and people do come visit. And sometimes they bring their consultants to us who are maybe, uh, maybe showing them another direction. So those things happen, but to our capacity, we're doing the best that we can.
It's very subjective also, right? Like, अगर मुझे imported furniture पसंद है, या फिर again, as you said, if my consultant tells me, oh, we'll buy imported furniture, I'm gonna listen to my consultant.
Time interiors का stage आता है ना, you're already working with a person for, let's say, a year and a half or 2 years. So that relationship actually, those conversations tell you what you're going to do. So yeah, so we have like very nice interiors to come to us mostly because they can kind of be sure of what they're going to get, and they bring their people or the clients that they're working with. Yeah, यहाँ से एक बार आप देख लो. So that is another market. We're not competing really, and we are working to a max capacity, so we don't really care about it.
At Felix, what does a good work day look for you guys? Like an ideal day would look like for you?
for me, it is more like before every day, when I leave my job in the evening, I have most of the things have to be planned, right? For in terms of production, that okay, I have to get this made or I have to get that project delivered. So when I come in the morning, I have whatever I have planned, and if my carpenters, because everything is too variable here, are doing what I had expected them a day before, my day is already good.
Yeah.
Because if it has to go bad, it will go bad very early in the morning. Maybe the carpenter will call in sick, maybe the weather will be bad, so we don't have electricity, or I was expecting some raw material to be received and we do not receive that because of whatever reasons.
That part is the worst when you've ordered something and that doesn't, because there's a lot of different kind of stuff that for every project maybe एक particular CNC पे कोई metal का part करके आना है, वो नहीं आएगा तो project आगे नहीं जाएगा. So all this procurement part and these follow-ups, and when आपने order किया and it comes on time, that's the best day. It's supposed to arrive today, it arrives today, and the job is going forward. That's the best.
It's like a Sunday cooking thing. Like, like you plan on Saturday that, okay, tomorrow I'll order some cherry tomatoes and this sauce and I'll make a pasta tomorrow, and you're excited for it, right? That, okay, tomorrow I'll make pasta. And next day you are like, your vendor says, ma'am, cherry tomatoes to aaye nahi, aur cheese.
भैया मैं pasta कैसे बनाऊंगा?
I'm not excited for it anymore.
Also, then your carpenter, now he's stuck at a stage, you can't really, कि अब ये कर लो, वो कर लो, उसमें भी
उसके पास भी he does, yes, I was about to say.
Then वही है, फिर पनीर भुर्जी बनानी पड़ेगी, चलिए, pasta is cancelled. And then you're not happy about it. The day will go on, but now you're not anymore excited.
No, fair. Few things you guys wish you knew before, you started.
I learned so many things on the way. No, I couldn't have thought of, कि मुझको ये सीखना है वो तो. Yeah, nothing. It's been a great journey, and every day we're learning something new. It's an interesting day at work every day. We love our work. I love my work.
100%.
So yeah, nothing. It's now since recently actually, it's not starting to feel like work so much. And ये आजकल वही I think videos and all देखते हैं ना, it's काफी phony लगता है यार वो कि you should love your work. Work should not be like.
Yeah, motivational, inspirational, yeah.
But it really feels like that. So, and there's no confusion ki, I was probably, this is what we're supposed to do. So it's great.
No, I mean, you guys have, went through a journey, from wood, timber, and now this. You pivoted.
Being involved in making things is also like very fulfilling and all. And would always want to be doing that. But lesser time on one thing, like maybe
Yeah.
have somebody have it done to
More delegation.
ये
You
check करना है ना वो check कर ले
Right.
इनकी
Right.
हर बार एक चीज वो शुरू से नहीं check करनी है.
Right.
So that
Right.
comes with a better team. You can always have a better team, right? And we have a great team वैसे तो.
What is one piece of advice you would give to someone who is full of ideas in this industry and they're basically afraid to begin or start? Like, what would be a good start for them?
देखो जो मेन कीवर्ड था वो आपने यूज कर लिया बट द थिंग इज कि डोंट बी अफ्रेड टू मेक मिस्टेक्स डोंट बी अफ्रेड टू गो रॉन्ग यू कैन गो कीप गोइंग रॉन्ग फॉर 100 days maybe on the first day will be the right one and that will be worth it because you are working on a creative things side of things, right?
As Himanshu said, it's fulfilling.
Yeah.
I think learn how to design first. Yeah. First, I mean, it's going to be very difficult for you to get together carpenters and for them to have the right tools or for you to have a right setup. Because physically एक चीज को बनाना है तो पहले आप उसको draw करो. Learn how to draw it, design the whole thing. Because then to sustain that team, how are you going to do that? आपने एक बार एक 2-4 लोगों को इकट्ठा कर लिया और आप फर्नीचर में जा रहे हो, which is anyway a lot of different parts, right? तो first know exactly what you want, not like हाँ carpenter आ गया फोटो दिखा दी और शुरू.
भैया ऐसे बना दो.
So learn how to design, learn about the materials, maybe give a few projects to get personally involved and then it'll show you the way. Maybe like obviously the way it will come, you can't plan it. Effort तो मारना पड़ेगा. वो एक बार आप इस तरह से effort मार के चीजें बना के देखेंगे and learn about it like that.
Thank you so much for sharing, your story, your journey. I actually, it got me thinking on a lot of different aspects.
Thank you for giving it.
My absolute pleasure. This was very fun. Yes.